In today's video, every lap, the slowest cars get eliminated. Starting with a full grid of cars, by the last lap, only 2 drivers will remain, and only 1 can win. In this limited time game mode on the F1 game, can we get a W? Let's find out. Well, this is a great start, isn't it? I'm in a lobby with myself. We're not seriously going to load into a... Yeah, we're loading in, okay. It's just a lobby full of AI. This is an online race mode, and... okay. Okay, new lobby, and we've actually found people still playing F1 24. This is incredible. This is breaking news, as here we go to 5 red lights. We're all the way P18, so this is going to have to be some mental climb for us to win this first elimination race in the video. Okay, right, well, that's just amazing, isn't it? That is just amazing. We've been taken out, and we haven't even got to turn 1. That was the case, I think it was like 2 or 3 people being insanely slow off the line in these new F2 2024 cars, and we got punted, and the physics were just incredible there. It spun us right round, and for some reason I am not even going to be allowed the opportunity to go and overtake the car that was right ahead of us. Did anyone else see that? The timer gave me 30 seconds till I was eliminated, and then all of a sudden just decided, oh, we're just going to eliminate you anyway. Brilliant. Great to know that the game is rigged against us, and it doesn't even want us to get a W today. Right, on to our third attempt now. In the first one, we didn't even race real people, and the second one, we didn't even get past Sector 1. So, third time lucky, eh? We're actually starting on the front row, so this is actually quite lucky. We are P2 rather than P18 from the previous race, so this will be a real good opportunity to... What? Sorry? How is there no penalty for the 3-mans that just jumped the star? Are you kidding me? No message on the top about penalties. Is that just... don't tell me. Don't tell me that is a thing in elimination mode on this game, that you can actually jump the start without penalty. Incredible. Right, so we've gone from P2 on the front row down to 6th place, and we've lost 3 places because 3 people just jumped the start. We've got a little bit of argy-bargy going on between 4th and 5th ahead of us. Can we try and make a move? No, we're going to get squeezed off for space. It's wonderful, wonderful to see the racing etiquette on the F1 game is well and truly alive, and as terrible as it ever has been. So we're going to remain in 6th place where we get a really good exit. I thought about having a look around the outside, but I just thought that guy ahead of us is definitely going to get the elbows out again as we get dive bombed around the outside. But we're just sticking to the racing line. Looking behind us, there is someone right up our gearbox, but we're going to just focus on the car ahead and try and commit to this sector. First time I've driven around most of these circuits with the F2 cars here, so really blindly being confident with the turn in there. Both of us a little bit questionable on the track limit, I must say, so we kind of equal each other out there. We get up into P5, and now we've got some serious fighting going on in the podium spots between 2 and 3, and there's been a collision. We're going to drive through 2 cars, and it's P2 and 3 taking each other out, and that's to the benefit of myself and the blue car ahead of us, Kalza, who is now going to basically be giving me DRS as we try and both chase after P1, the original culprit who jumped the start. Now, Kalza was really bending the rules of the track limits here at this point to try and catch up to P1. Probably, maybe as irked as I was about that man jumping the start, that was helping us because we were actually staying within 1 second within track limits and getting DRS. And then, I don't know what went on here at the final corner onto lap 6, but P1 basically bottled it big time. I don't know whether he let off throttle because he felt bad about jumping the start. I don't know. Either way, not going to question it, because now we are actually back into the hunt for the win in today's video in this elimination mode. And all we have to do is maybe be a bit cautious, and I reckon these 2 might fight enough where we can slip through, because P1, well, we know he's got questionable morals because he jumped the start, and P2 seems, as he weaves about there, P2 definitely just seems like a very aggressive driver, willing to go off circuit here and there. As you can see right there, he fakes to the right, goes to the left, big dive bomb, and he's going to take first place wide. The two of them come back on circuit. There's a little bit of a swipe across from P1 now. Kalza staying in second. P1 basically slowing them up at this stage, and so we could almost go 3 wide. We back out of it. I thought better of it, but we almost had a bit of room to go down the inside of both of them. We go early on the brakes. P1 taking both of them wide. They're both fully off circuit. I mean, P1... Oh, God! A huge bit of contact and a swipe across there. P1 was basically in Abu Dhabi, I feel, on the right-hand side there on the runoff area. So this is getting very heated, and you'll notice on the top right, D4 is now getting eliminated. So I am the next driver to be eliminated. This is squeaky bum time as we're going down to 20 seconds remaining, and it's going to be a filthy kamikaze dive from Kalza, and he punts off that poor bloke. I mean, I say poor bloke. He jumped the start, so he's not really a poor bloke, to be honest. Maybe that's a bit of karma in all of this. So he's going to be eliminated. So now we're side by side with Kalza. We can taste victory because P3 will get eliminated. Ignore the timer as it does a little bit of funny business here, but P3 is definitely going to get eliminated any minute now. So this is a side-by-side battle, and there we go. It is now just 2 of us remaining. Can we get the win, or will Kalza do anything in the remaining 13 seconds as he dives it on the inside there? We tried to cover him off. You can see his front wing on the bottom corner as he taps us twice now, pushes us wide. We're neck and neck, side by side. He comes in and he's spun us round, and he's won. He's won. He's won by spinning us round. He literally went to the apex as if I wasn't there, spun my car because of the lovely physics on this game, and I had 2 seconds to react, and I was nowhere near him because he was off circuit. He won that race off circuit. Brilliant. We were so close, mere seconds away from getting the win in that elimination race. We can't dwell on it. We go again, and now we're here for a race on Abu Dhabi. This time we're P9, so definitely not as lucky as we were in the Qatar race with our starting position, but it's okay. I think we can still do some work around here. But into turn 1, we get sent from the left and the right, either side of us there. I've done very well to keep our nose clean, just about. I can see the driver ahead of us, the Xbox player, very aggressive. I could tell immediately that he was going to be a menace in this race. As we dive bomb the AI in this race, start filling up the grid. We get 2 of them, so that's basically a 3-for-1 overtake there, basically on the real player and the 2 AI cars. The AI for sure comes back at me, so we're actually down to P6 now. We're going to get a little bit of a tow from Vishur. We're going to make sure we cover off the Xbox player right behind us to maintain position, catching up to Villa Gomez now. Then the back end stepping out twice on me, having to catch it. Doesn't step out as much as that guy as we overtake for P4 then. He had a massive moment out of that chicane, and now going to just feed it in. All about momentum in the F2 cars as we get up into P3 now. But you can see the menace driving on the Xbox is keeping up with me, and he even goes for a dive bomb there. I cover it off, but basically I'm reaffirming that I just got the vibe that this guy was about to be a problem for me, because he was sticking with us, which isn't a problem, but it's the certain little characteristics of his driving. I just thought, this is just not going to go well at some point, isn't it? And the problem is, we're actually quite quick. We're catching up to P2, who's going to have a huge moment going into that left-hander, and we simply out-traction him. We go through him because we're so much quicker, and we get up into P2, and now we're chasing after P1. The gap is just under 2 seconds. We bring it down to just over 1 second in the span of half a lap. We set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so we are very much in the hunt for P1. And coming off the back of that heartbreaking ending to Qatar, I really wanted to do the job here. We've still got a long way to go. There are 15 people still in this race. You know, it's probably a couple of cars that get eliminated per lap, so we're probably maybe still about 3 laps away from the end of this race where it's crunch time. But if we can get into P1 and then just sail off in the distance, try and shake off this Xbox player, we could be in for a good, easy run to the win. The problem is, though, he's got DRS now on lap 3, and he goes for the overtake. We're going to take it nice and easy. We brake early, turn in. We've got the switchback on him. We give him the room. And he's just driven us into a wall. Great. You know that thing I said earlier? Yeah, menace. Once again, we come away from a race winless, and we go again. This time, we're at Las Vegas in the daytime, which is very, very odd, I must say. We're starting P10, so again, right in the middle of the pack as we go to 5 red lights, and we're underway. A couple of people very slow off the mark, maybe not even there, it looks like, AFK, as we start the race then, as we've got a couple of AI filling the grid, but up ahead of us, all of these guys are real players, and it's going to be 3 wide. Bit of chaos. We go round wide, cut in tight for this beautiful little cut in there to make a triple overtake on the exit. That was brilliantly executed. I just knew that everyone was going to be taking each other wide, so we cut in tight for the switchback. Now looking to outbreak our teammate into the next right-hander before we go towards the sphere. A little bit iffy on the rear end as someone else follows us through and may have given me a love tap. There's going to be a side-by-side battle up ahead, getting very aggressive as the Red Bull liveried F2 car gets pushed wide as we go through the sphere section. They're still going at it, and then my life flashes before my eyes. I really did not know. There was no guarantee that they ghosted, so that's why I lifted off there, because that would have been a horrendous T-bone. But we live to fight for another day, but now P1 and 2 are 2.5 seconds ahead of us. They're battling, but they're so far ahead, and I'm making mistakes because I just did not know where on earth the break point was in an F2 car around Las Vegas. So we get that horribly wrong, and we're down to P4, and look who we've got. It's our friend. It's our pal from Qatar. It's Kalza. He is back in a lobby with us, and I haven't forgotten what happened in Qatar. So we've let him by there because there's no point fighting him. And to be honest, once again, like in Qatar, ironically, he could give me DRS and pull us along, as we've now got Stevan, who had overtaken me. He's now having his own issues into that left-hander at the end of the back straight. It's very difficult because the sun's in your eyes to tell where the break point is. But as we get on towards the 3rd lap here, we've got 15 cars still in this race. We've got Kalza fighting Stevan up ahead for P3. Those two are side by side, so we're very much going to be within DRS now on the next lap. But I fancy actually making overtake on Stevan before that, because I feel like even though he did get us because of my mistake at the end of the back straight, I actually feel like I'm quicker than him in the corners in general. I mean, look at that brilliant little bit of momentum shift there as we really just dragged the car from right to left at the right sort of momentum to get a good exit. We were pretty much pushing Stevan through that corner exit, and I sense a chance to maybe make a move. I don't want to get a bit too aggressive, though. That's the problem in elimination mode. You want to make the overtakes, but at the same time, you know, one mistake and that's your entire race over, because you're going to get eliminated then, you know, sooner. So you're not going to get the chance to go again, potentially, as we're now down to 12 drivers. So the patience is going to pay off for us, because it feels like the overtake's coming, and we're both also catching up to Kalza. So maybe the P3 is there, keeping an eye on the mini-map. You can see 1st and 2nd are still fighting quite a fair bit, and they are losing time to each other. So we just need to keep it calm and just keep our head down, and you never know what's going to happen. As we're now side by side with Stevan as we go on to lap 4. We're now down nearly to the last 10 cars left in this race. We're going to go for the move at turn 1, get the elbow out and get up into P4. We'll have DRS now on the next straight through this right-hander to catch up to Kalza, and up the road. Do you see P1 and 2? We can actually see them on this straight. So that's how much they've held each other up. They're in a ding-dong battle, side by side, swapping positions, going real aggressive, a bit too aggressive as they're coming together, and one of them spun round, and we're now going to hug the wall and just squeeze through for P2. So one of the guys fighting for 1st and 2nd, he nearly just blocked us there, but we just squeezed past and got up into 2nd place. And now look at this. It is myself and Kalza once again, 1 and 2 as it was in Qatar. We go for the move for P1, but we're very cautious on the brakes, knowing he's there, but we get punted as one of the people fighting and losing first place initially is, understandably wanting to claw back P1, so he twatted us into the left-hander. He comes in again for a bit of a twat and almost puts us straight in the wall. We come back at him here with the way the physics are as we ping-pong from the wall to his side pod. We can see him on the inside. He goes for the dive. This time, I daren't try and fight that too much because he's clearly just really pissed off that he lost first place or second or whatever it was. The red mist has descended for him, so I knew, look, let's not fight it too much. Let's just try and re-overtake him with DRS maybe. And if we're lucky, we can maybe try and go for the move on Kalza. I think the thing is we're going to need to either, overtake him and then completely blitz it and shake him off our back, or he's going to have to come with us and maybe help us fight Kalza, because he clearly is very angry that he lost out P1 with that fight before. But we've got DRS. He doesn't, because we're both well outside 1 second of Kalza, so we completely blitz him there. He's going to go for the re-dive in the same place as last time, and that's karma. That's karma. Hallelujah. Thank you to the racing gods, because he tried to go down the inside and spin us out again, and this time he got spun out himself. So the racing gods have looked down upon me there as he was way too aggressive, way too audacious. So now we're on to lap 6. We've only got 4 cars left. So that means on this lap, the winner will be decided. The car 4 will be eliminated in 8 seconds. So it'll just be ourselves, Kalza, and Stevan. And we've got a chance maybe here to get into first place. Kalza goes defensive, but we're being very, very conservative because I've done the quick mathematics in my head, and we know Stevan will be eliminated, and I will maybe have a chance to win this against Kalza on the back straight. I reckon that timer is going to be perfectly done on the back straight. I.e., you want to be second place in order to win, because you'll have DRS, you'll have the slipstream, and Kalza knows that. Stevan is eliminated. So it is now a 1v1 in this elimination race, and you can see we're both slowing down. We both want DRS onto the next straight. At this point, I just think, screw it. We'll just go for it, because he was slow and I accelerated. So we got a tiny, tiny bit of an advantage. You can see he's not as close as he was or would have been if I kept my foot off the throttle, and that was the best decision because there's not enough time. Kalza has DRS, but the timer goes, and we're going to get our revenge. We get the W here in Las Vegas. We win in the elimination mode. An absolute 300 IQ play when it was a 1v1, but it all started from a full grid of cars with every lap the slowest cars being eliminated, and we've come out on top finally here in the last race here in Las Vegas. Guys, if you have enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you're new around here, get subscribed. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.